Hey everybody, it's Randy with Randy Reviews and welcome back to my channel. So today I wanted to do a Colourpop review. I hauled these products just over a year ago. I bought them during the sale and I've been using them for the last year. So I was like, it's time to do an actual review. And that's what I want to do. If it's stuff that I hauled, I want to go back and actually review it because this is Randy Reviews, not Randy Hauls. So I want to show y'all like I'm actually using the stuff that I'm buying. So yeah, that's what I'm going to do. So as you can see, I did my makeup today, and I've actually, since setting up my new vanity slash desk area in my room, I've been doing my makeup literally like at least 5 times a week. Like nothing major, I would say less than 20 minutes every day. I've been doing some type of little eyeshadow look, a quick under eye concealer, some blush, my eyebrows, and some mascara. Keeping it keeping it simple. I might do a little bit of liner as well, but really that's it. And then of course lips. Pretty much I already do lips and eyebrows every day regardless. So I felt like adding another 10 minutes. While I'm sitting here at my desk checking email, I'll stop and do my makeup. And keep it pushing. So that's what I did, and I've been using these Colourpop um, products to do my makeup. So I'm going to start with these two items first, and this is the Buckbeak Super Shock Highlighter. Let me show y'all what it looked like. Looks like that. Y'all see that? It's like a marble color. It's like brown and like a cream color. And then when you kind of swish it around on your brush, it makes more of like a peachy tone. It's not super brown. It's not super white. It kind of blends together. So that's that product. And then this is the blush in Cosmopolitan. That's how that looks. And as you can see, I'm wearing it today. And then I also have this Colourpop Ultra Matte Lip in Panther. And then my Harry Potter eyeshadow palette. So I had bought another one of these in this burgundy color and I cannot find it to save my life. I think I just lost it because I honestly forgot that I even bought it until I just went back to look at all of the items to see which ones I wanted to review, and I can't find it anywhere. So it must have not been that good because I hold on to the things that I love. So yeah, that tells you what you need to know about that. But the blue is really, really pretty. Obviously it's not something that I wore a lot because it's like a super bright out there color. That's how it looks. It almost looks black in this light, but in person you can tell that it's blue. And on my lips you can tell that it's blue. I really like this formula, even though it says ultra matte. I don't feel like it was super drying. I don't feel like it was going into the lines in my lip. And I also feel like you could put a little bit of gloss on top of this and still it wouldn't run, all outside of your lips and stuff like that. Because sometimes that happens with super pigmented colors. You add a gloss on top because you don't want it to be matte, but then it starts like looking messy. And I didn't have a problem with this. So I would definitely repurchase another one of these ultra matte lips and probably another bright color or something else that I can't get anywhere else, because I feel like if it's like a red or pink or something that I use a lot of, I don't think I need to special or order it. I feel like I should be able to just go to the store and get it. And that's why I end up most of the time using NYX, because I can go to pretty much any store and get a NYX lip gloss, lipstick, whatever, from Ulta, CVS, Walmart, the beauty supply store, stuff like that. So that's pretty much what I do. But for like specialty colors, I wouldn't mind ordering another one of these. As far as this highlighter, y'all, I did not like this highlighter at all. At first, I attempted to just use the colors separately, like just use the cream color or just use the brown, and it was nearly impossible. The cream is way too white, like for my skin tone. It's way, way, way too white. Then the brown, it pretty much looks like nothing when I put it on. So let me just put it on. See, that's the brown. Like you barely can see anything. And then here's the white. Like way too white. So that's why I was like, oh, let me mix them together. And, maybe that's what I'm supposed to do. So I mixed them together and I still just don't like it. I prefer more of like a gold highlight versus like a metallic silvery white highlight. I think golds and bronze and warm colors look better on my skin tone. So I really didn't like this highlighter. I would not recommend it for um, my skin tone. If you're similar to my skin tone, maybe if you were a lighter skin tone, it would look better. But for me, I was like, no. So I haven't really got much use out of this. I might end up donating this because I'm not going to use it. Now, this, on the other hand, I've used quite a bit because I only have one. Let me see. I only have one powder blush and one liquid blush, and then I have two of those like cream blushes from Elf. So I don't have much blush. So I knew that I was going to get a good amount of use out of this because it's like I don't got that many other blushes, and I really like the same kind of colors, like this dark mauve. This is a real old blush, y'all. I didn't have this for ages, but this is like my original blush that I've used probably for the last like 10 years. I don't even know if this brand is still around, Matisse Elite, and this is the color Penny. So I've been using this for forever, and so I kind of like to stay in this kind of family, like a dark, coppery, bronzy type of color. So with this, you only need a little tiny bit. Like it looked like I barely have used this, but I've used it probably, I'm gonna say 30 times or more throughout the year, and it's not because let me show you. Let me get my brush. Hold on. So I'll just show you using this brush. Look, I'm tapping. Whoop. That was one little tap. See that? There's one little bitty tap, and it is very pigmented. So a little bit goes a long ways. I'm probably gonna have this for 10 years, just like the other blush, until I want a new color or something. Because I'm not really into blush like that, where I feel like I need so many different colors. So I use this, and what I like to do is actually use this. Use this first. This blush putty from Elf. I put a little bit of this on, and then I just put this on top, and that really looks good together. That's what I'm wearing today. So I would highly recommend the Colourpop blushes. If you need a nice pigmented blush, I would say get these. I think it was super inexpensive, less than $10. I know that for sure. And you get a big size of it, and it lasts, and it's very pigmented. Now let's get to the main item, which is this Harry Potter eyeshadow palette. It has 3, 4, 5, 6, 24 eyeshadows in it. Let me show you the colors. Those are the colors. I think it's a good range of colors. Neutrals to some glittery to some bright colors. So I feel like you can do a lot of different looks. I am wearing that on my eyelids today. I'm wearing this Forbidden Forest color on my lid. In the end, I think I used this brown for my crease, and I used this for my highlight. And I would say, first of all, the ones I've used so far, because I have not used every single color. I don't think I've used these two blues right here, this green or this gray. Oop, I'm out of frame. I don't think I've used those two blues and this green and this gray yet, or taupe. I have not used those two, and I don't think I've used this yellow color. But for the most part, I think I've used all the other colors at least once. So I would say they are pigmented. They are a good amount of pigment. And I love to load up my flat top brush and just press into my eyeshadow primer so that you don't get a whole bunch of fallout and you get the best payoff. That's how I apply all of my eyeshadows. So I think for me, I can say these are pigmented. Now, if you're somebody who uses a more fluffier brush, or you don't use an eyeshadow primer and you just go in with eyeshadow, you might not get as good a pigment as I do, as good a payoff rather as I do. But for me, that's how I apply my eyeshadow, so I get really good payoff. Now, for the mattes, I really like their mattes. I think this is the first time that I've actually been interested in doing like a fully matte eye. Typically, I'm a, you know, glittery or shimmery on the lid, matte in the crease type of girl. But with these mattes, they blend so well that I'm actually, I like yesterday I wore all matte smoky eye, so I used this gray as my lid color. Then I went into the crease with that. Then I mixed it with this brown and gray, and then put a little bit of black in my crease, and it looks so good. Like, I'm like living for these masks. They are so easy to work with. They blend so well. Like, they don't skip. You know how sometimes you get a little bit on your brush and then it'll kind of skip on your eye. It don't do that at all, especially with the eyeshadow primer that I use. I typically use this NYX Jumbo Eye Pencil in the color Ice Latte. So just a basic neutral color. You can use whatever color you want, but I typically use the Jumbo Pencil as my eye primer, and they don't skip at all, and they don't get all stuck to the crayon before you can blend them out. What I will say is, for me, someone who has a lot of creases in my lids, that I have to do like this and apply again. So after I do my initial application of the matte color, I have to go back in and reapply to make sure it gets in there. I don't really have to do that with the glittery or shimmery colors. I feel like it's more smoother, it goes on, and I don't see any creasing in it. But with the mattes, I have had to kind of do that trick where I lean back and then pack it in, so that when I look down or look up, you won't see creases of missing product. So that's the only thing. Um, this color that I'm wearing today, Forbidden Forest, I would not recommend this color at all. Like, it's so much glitter. It's like nail polish glitter in here. It's like huge chunks of like little silver bars of glitter. Like, I've never seen that type of glitter in the eyeshadow. Can y'all see that? It's like nail polish. Like, it's huge. And it was fine as I was applying it, but after a while I looked down, it was all down here, and then I rubbed my eye in the corner and it got all around here, and then those big chunks, I was scared they was gonna get in my eyeballs. So I would not recommend like the super glittery um ones. But the regular standard shimmery ones, like oh, the regular standard shimmeries like these, I think are fine because they don't have that big chunk of glitter. That's the only one that has that super chunky glitter in this palette anyway. So that one I probably won't be using often because, girl, I was scared for a minute I was going to get some of that big old glitter in my eyeball. But yes, overall, I feel like this palette is definitely worth the price. I'm pretty sure it was extremely inexpensive, probably less than $50 or more, or even more than that. But it was worth it, and I could see myself using this as my go-to palette for the next couple years because it's really hitting all the spots. Like, I haven't had to reach for another palette to make an eye combo since I started using this every day. Like, I pretty much can use this one palette to make an eye look because I pretty much use three shades or less for my looks. I know, on YouTube, people want to use 6 different shades and all of that, but in reality, you really don't need that many eyeshadows to make an eyeshadow look. So, like I said, I use one shade typically all over my lid, a color in my crease, and then a color in my highlight. That's 3 shades. I might do 4 if I need to blend something or something like that, but for the most part, I'm doing 3 shades. So I feel like I got enough highlight colors to do my highlight. Like, these 3 up here is pretty much a good highlight range for me. And then for crease colors, I got one, two, three nice browns that I could use, and then we have a black. And that's pretty much all you need. You know what I'm saying? You could take any of these colors and mix them with the black to make a crease color. If you want it to be not as black, but you want to use that, you could do this with any color. You know what I'm saying? And then all of these are um, what's it called, eyelid colors that go great. So yes, I would say not necessarily this palette. Maybe this is too big for you, or it's not in stock anymore. But I would say I definitely recommend Colourpop's eyeshadows. I think they're definitely a good price. They work well. The mattes are immaculate, and that's hard to say for a lot of companies. The shimmers are good. They last. The extra shimmy one I don't like, but that's only one out of 24 eyeshadows, so that's not bad at all. And then they have a good range of colors. So I will recommend them, even if it's just the eyeshadow and the blush that you try. I think it's worth a go. And let's go back to this blue. Look, y'all. Okay, so it started moving after a while, but at first it wasn't moving. I just rubbed it on my pants and it didn't even move. So you might want to try that ultra matte lip as well if you're into matte lipstick. So those are the three products out of the four that I would highly recommend and give a shout out to. And yeah, that's my review of Colourpop. And I will see you guys on the next video. Peace.